Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Just getting everything set up here. I hope you guys are all having a great day. I'm just getting everything set up here. Hope you guys are excited to get started. We got some cool new stuff to show you guys, so I think you'll really enjoy what we have to show you. I'm just getting us all set up here on YouTube and on our Facebook and LinkedIn and all the stream platforms that we use. So I'm just getting that all set up right now. And let me show you basically where this is going. So you guys should definitely follow us on YouTube if you're not doing so already. Here is essentially a link to our YouTube. If you go to youtube.com and just search for Lumi Wealth, you'll be able to find it. You'll see that this is upcoming here, right? So this is going to be a live presentation in just a second. So just getting everything started. There you go. Awesome. And we are live on YouTube. So if you want to get a recording of this, or if you want to just join our YouTube channel, we have a lot of great free stuff that we put on here. Again, check out youtube.com/LumiWealth, and you'll see that we actually have this presentation right now, live right now. So you can actually see it here. You can follow us on YouTube if you prefer doing that. Make sure you subscribe and get the notifications from our channel. Because like I said, we give out a lot of free stuff that I think you guys will find really, really useful. Right? We have lots of stuff like this and other learning materials and things that you guys can use. All right. Cool. All right. So let's jump into the workshop. So I hope you guys are having a great day today. I know I am. What we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be going through how to create your first algorithm, right? You're going to be launching your first algo. This is your first algo workshop. And you're going to launch your own automated trading strategy today in minutes. We're going to show you how to do that. My name is Robert Grezik, and I'm going to be taking you through all that stuff. Okay? So a few quick things. So first of all, the big picture. So what the big picture is behind all of this is first of all, we want to create 24/7 automated trading that adapts to markets, right? The great thing about running trading strategies that are automated is they could be 24/7, constantly adapting, constantly, working even when you're sleeping. There's no guesswork. You save time and you trade confidently. This thing is made basically, it's code. There's no guesswork involved. You're not going to be doing any emotional kind of crazy stuff, right? And then today you're going to launch your first algo, and we're not going to be using any coding today. You're basically just going to be running all the stuff. So even if you're not a coder, this will be very simple to go through. It's a no code, just getting things up and running to launch your first algo, right? Also, why is now the time? Why is now a good time to be doing this sort of thing? Well, first of all, markets move fast and manual trading is stressful. All the top pros automate their trading, and now you could do that too. If you talk to any of these like top hedge funds and all that, they're all doing automated trading. This is, I think it's something like 90% of all trades in the market are made using trading algorithms, right? So if you're not doing automated trading, then you're definitely falling behind. And don't miss out. Get proven strategies. We can get you those strategies today, and you can actually run these things right now during our session. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about myself as well. All right, so I'm going to be your guide for today. Just gonna move this up a little bit here. So I'm going to be your guide today. So why should you care about anything I have to say, for that matter? Well, first of all, I've built a couple of great financial institutions, right? So one thing is I built a financial technology company that basically handled $50 billion worth of transactions. That was at a company called Greystone. They do a lot of mortgage transactions. So the software that I helped build basically put together a team, ran that team, made sure that we are doing all the things correctly. We've done 50, maybe over $100 billion actually now in transactions in commercial mortgages, right? And that's at a company called Greystone. I was actually still very close with the CEO and all the guys running that. I was also an early team member at a crypto company that was worth at $1.3 billion. You may have heard of it. It's called Voyager. We got taken out during the whole FTX fiasco. Before that happened, we had an app that was basically kind of like a Coinbase competitor. Did really, really well. Like I said, on the stock market, we're worth $3 billion at one point in time. So it was pretty damn cool. Made me a good amount of money. We also, as a company and myself personally, we help traders automate for over 5 years, working with clients from Google, MIT, Goldman Sachs, and more. We've worked with a lot of high-profile people, a lot of really good traders from some great firms. There's a lot more than just that. We have a very smart community and a lot of great people that we work with. I personally have over 25 years of programming experience. I also have a master's of finance degree. I've worked over 10 years, I think almost 15 years now in fintech, and I worked on Wall Street as well. And I'm managing a couple $1 million worth of investments between myself and some other people, right? And basically, I'm here to make algo trading accessible for you. That's my goal for this, and that's what I'm working on doing here as the CEO of Lumi Wealth, right? Okay, so what will we do today? This is basically our agenda. First of all, I'm going to showcase a few high-performing strategies. We have some stock, options, and crypto strategies. I'm going to show you a couple of those. I'm going to walk through a simple setup process to launch your first algo today. So if you actually launch algo today, so if you're ready to do the work, we can go through it today and actually build an algo, and you can launch your first algo today and actually get that up and running. And then also, I'm going to highlight how to access more strategy support and training near the end. And we also have a special offer for you. So make sure you stick around to the end. I have a special offer for you that you're going to be able to save a bunch of money. So I think you're going to want to stay around until the end. Here's a disclaimer. Please read it over. Um, this is involving trading and finance, so make sure that you see a financial advisor if you need to do that. And, just read over this agreement or read over this disclaimer because we are dealing with money. So I just want to make sure you guys are doing things correctly there. And then a few quick notes before we get started. You can check out our plans at lumiwealth.com. That's www.lumiwealth, lumiwealth.com. I'll give you more details about this later. Also stay till the end for a discount, like I mentioned, and let me share this presentation with you here. So I'm going to share this link with you here. If you're on Zoom, then I'm putting it into the Zoom chat. If you are on YouTube or any of our other channels, I'm also putting it into the chat there as well. So don't feel left out if you're on YouTube or if you're on LinkedIn or anything like that. I just posted that link so you guys can follow along in this presentation. All right. Okay, so let's get started. So first off, let me show you a couple of our algorithms. All right, so this is by no means all of our algorithms. We have a lot of different algorithms. I'm just going to show you here some of the highlights, some of the ones that I find more interesting, some of our newer ones. But we have over 50 or maybe even 100 different algorithms that you can actually choose from. So that's kind of the advantage of Lumi Wealth is that you can choose from a lot of these different algorithms. You can customize them and make them into exactly what you want to do. This is not, you're not just taking these algorithms and running them. You can if you want to, you can just take what we have and run them. But we also show you how to customize them and how to build these things in a way that works for you, right? If you have a specific trading strategy in mind, we can help you build that out. You can take one of our custom bots and customize it to do exactly what you want to do. We're a lot more than just a company that gives you trading bots. We actually teach you how to modify them, how to build them, how to use them so that way you have the confidence to do all that kind of stuff yourself as well. So think of us as, we have lots of different algorithms that you choose from, but then also we teach you how to actually do this and we'll show you how to customize it and build it in such a way that works for you because everyone's a little bit different. We all have different things that we like to do. We all have different strategies that we want to do. So you're able to do that with what we have here because we'll give you the code and you're able to modify all these things exactly how you want. All right. Okay, so let's start off with one of my favorite bots, or one of the bots that I think turns the most heads. It's by no means our best performing bot, but I know every time I bring this up, people are like, "Oh, I get it. That makes a lot of sense." So that's our Congress following bot. Okay, so we built basically a bot that could follow any Congress member. Okay, so think about your favorite senator or favorite governor or whatever. We can follow them and basically say, what are they buying in their stock portfolio and actually just replicate what they're doing. Right. So here is our Congress following bot. They basically built this thing to follow Nancy Pelosi. And again, you could change this to follow whoever you want. Basically, what it does is it looks at the trades that they make, which is legally every senator, every governor, everyone in Congress has to basically put out their trades. This is a legal requirement. This is by the Stocks Act that I think Obama put into place. But this is basically how you can see this, right? So let's say, what the heck happened there? Congress trading. Right. So for example, you go to like, there's a bunch of websites that do this. Capital Trades is one of them. I like showing this because it's kind of nice to go through. It's an easy one to follow. But here you could look at latest trades, for example, right? So let's take a look at this, and you can see here that, for example, John Boozman, he made a couple of trades here. He bought the S&P 500, not that exciting, and also MSCI All Country Index. That's a pretty boring one there. Thomas Keene, this guy's doing some interesting stuff. He bought a company called Fortive Corp. What the heck is that? Why is a Congress member buying this company? Does he know something that we don't know? Is this going to influence the laws that he passes? You know, there's really two things that we care about when we're copying Congress members. Is A, do they have some sort of insider information? Right? Is this, does this guy know something that we don't know? Because they're constantly getting lobbied. They're speaking to people high up in all these different companies. So they may know things that we don't know. But then also, you better believe that when they're passing laws, the things that they own, the stocks that they own, are going to influence their decisions, right? So these are usually, we can see some pretty good results when we follow Congress members, right? So here, for example, this guy, Thomas Keene, he bought Fortive Corp. He did an exchange at Liberty Global PLC. He sold Pernod Ricard. I don't know any of these names. Maybe you guys know them. But these are probably some smaller companies that he's trading there. Scott Peters, this is a Democrat from California. He bought Visilitia, California, and Stepstone Tactical Growth, right? Kevin Hearn, you can see he bought Cadence Bank and Capital One Financial, right? Does he know something that we don't know? Either way, you can go through this and you can see, there's literally thousands of trades that you can go through for every single Congress member, and you can see basically what they own, right? Because they have to legally report it. So you could actually copy these Congress members and see how they're doing. Right, so we did that around probably one of the most infamous examples here is Nancy Pelosi. If you haven't heard of it, she is a one hell of a stock picker. She has done very, very well in her portfolios. She actually trades options. We built this bot to just trade stocks, but we can actually trade the options as well. That's something that we can modify. If you guys want to join our program, we can actually even build that out. But basically, this bot here is following her and buying stocks that she's buying. What we did is we made a back test with that bot, which basically means we simulated what would this bot have done in the past, right? Specifically, went from January 2019 up until October of this year. And this is what our back test looked like. Basically, in blue, this is the bot that is following Nancy Pelosi, and in yellow is S&P 500. And you can see that she does a heck of a lot better than the S&P. Specifically, over this time period, she's done about 22% a year, or 216% in total, is what this bot has made over this 4 year time period, 4.5 year time period. So pretty damn good returns. If you had been following with this bot, you would have tripled your money over the past since 2019. That's a pretty damn nice return. We can do definitely a lot better. I'll show you a couple bots that are doing a heck of a lot better than that. But definitely Nancy Pelosi, you can see why she gets that credit of being such a good stock picker, because she is definitely a heck of a lot better than the stock market does. Right, so that's our Congress following bot that follows Nancy Pelosi. But again, the advantage of joining our program is that you actually get the code and you can actually modify this to do what you want it to do. And we teach you how to do that, right? So in this case, it's following Nancy Pelosi, but you can also make it follow other Congress members. Like, for example, here's a Congress member, Mark Green. This guy's a Republican from Texas, and he is really good at picking oil companies. We were actually able to analyze this and see, what Congress members do the best, and he's right at the top of the list as well. Probably someone you've never heard of. unless you're actually from Texas, right? So here's his stock portfolio and how he did. We ran this back test from June 2020 up until October 1st of 2024. So about a 4-year time period. And you can see here that his stock portfolio in blue did extremely well. So first of all, it beat the S&P by a nice margin. You see yellow is S&P 500, blue is the strategy itself. And you can see, first of all, he beat the pants off of S&P 500. Specifically, he did about 20% a year or 120% over this whole 4-year time period. But what I think is even more interesting is when the S&P was dropping, remember we had that bear market not too long ago, about 2 years ago, 2022 was brutal, right? It was just constantly going down, going down. Well, if you were following Mark Green, you would have never experienced that. You could see that basically his graph has been straight up and to the right. The companies that he's chosen really didn't go through any bear market at all, right? They've just been doing extremely well. So if you had been using this bot and following Mark Green, you would have gotten some really, really good results. You would have never gone through the bear market in the first place, and you would have gotten 20% a year or 120% after a 4-year time period. So quite a nice return. All right, so these are these two bots. I show you back tests. Let me show you also these bots actually running. So here's the Nancy Pelosi bot. This thing's been just on a tear, right? We started this bot. This is a newer one that we created. So we started this back in October. So it's been October, November, December. We've been running it for about 3 months now. It's up already 16.39%. So about 16.5% returns in only 3 months of running this bot, copying Nancy Pelosi. So really damn nice returns already. And our back tests show this thing is going to be performing really, really well if Nancy Pelosi keeps up with her all-star stock picks. Right. So that's one of our bots. That's our Congress trading bot. And again, you get the code. You're able to modify all this and customize it to do exactly what you do, what you want to do with this. That's the advantage of Lumi Wealth is that you can customize these bots and you can run them exactly the way that you want to run them. Right? Okay, let me show you another one. Here's our diversified leverage bot. Okay, here's one, and again, all these bots we build with our group, right? So we have basically a Tuesday session. If you become a member of our one of our plans, you can join this Tuesday session. We have a lot of really smart people, Google employees, Goldman Sachs, really good traders, hedge fund managers. We have lots of really smart people that are part of our Tuesday sessions, and we're constantly building new algorithms every week. And this is one of the algorithms that we built out a while ago. This is one of the ones that we've been running for a fairly long time. Okay. We call it diversified leverage. Okay. So this bot, basically what it does is it follows a guy's named Ray Dalio. Okay. Who here has heard of Ray Dalio? You guys heard of Ray Dalio? Well, if you have not, Ray Dalio is one of the best hedge fund managers in all time, right? He runs one of the biggest hedge funds in the world. I believe, what was it, 200 billion, $300 billion, I think his hedge fund is. It's huge. One of the biggest hedge funds on earth, maybe the biggest hedge fund on earth, actually. He's worth about $14 billion on the Forbes list as one of the richest people on earth. He's up there, not as high up as Elon Musk, but still very much on the Forbes list. I think he's top 50 richest people in the world. Hedge fund manager Ray Dalio, really, really successful. And he has been doing a lot of books lately. He came out with a few really good books. If you haven't read them yet, The Changing World Order is really good. Principles is really good. These are books that he's released recently. But I want to take your attention to a book that he did with Tony Robbins. Okay, so he made a book with Tony Robbins. So Ray Dalio, Tony Robbins. Let me show you this book. It's actually a really good book if you've never read it. Um, Tony Robbins book. Is this thing called is it The Holy Grail of Investing, Unshakable? I think it's this one right here. No, I don't remember. But no, Money Master the Game. This is a book by Tony Robbins. And what he did was he basically went around asking top investors, so people like Ray Dalio and other really, really successful investors, what would you recommend that people do to, be as successful as you, or to actually make their stock portfolios do really well or their investments do really well. And when he asked Ray Dalio basically said he recommends people do something called an all-weather portfolio. Okay, so what the heck is that? An all-weather portfolio. Well, first of all, they run a really large fund with this. I think there's something like $150 billion in this fund that runs this all-weather strategy in particular. Their hedge fund does a bunch of different funds. This is one of them, and I think the biggest one that they run. And the idea behind this is that you want to have a strategy that performs well in all different market scenarios, right? And Ray Dalio basically outlines this by saying that you should be investing in basically this kind of an asset mix. He says you should have 30% of your money in stocks, 40% of your money in long-term debt, 15% of your money in intermediate term debt, 7.5% of your money in commodities, and another 7.5% of your money in gold. And the reason why he says to do this is because it will protect you from all different scenarios that can happen in an economy. So, for example, you could have, there's really four quadrants here, right? You could have low inflation or high inflation, and you could have low growth or high growth. So, for example, if you're in a low inflation, low growth environment, then long-term bonds are going to tend to do very well. Long-term bonds do very well when inflation's low, right? Same thing with intermediate term bonds. They'll probably do very well, right? So your bond portfolio is going to do very well in a low inflation environment, right? But if you're in a high inflation environment, especially for those of you who have traded the past few years, bonds do not do well in high inflation, right? But stocks tend to do very well, commodities tend to do very well, and gold tends to do very well. I've actually followed this strategy. I made a lot of money following his strategy over the past couple of years because I was able to get that benefit of inflation's going up, stocks did very well, my gold holdings went up a lot, my commodity holdings went up a lot. Right? So you're able to diversify and protect yourself against all these four scenarios: high growth, low growth, and then high inflation, low inflation. Right? And he says to basically invest it with this proportion. Okay. So what we did was we basically built this out. We turned this into a bot that copied exactly what he said, right? And we found that, he's right. This thing is very stable. You got a very stable up and to the right graph. This is one of those things that doesn't get shaken up too much when crazy things happen in the economy, right? It's a very nice, stable return going up and to the right. But the problem is that his suggestion only makes something like 7% a year, right? 7.5% a year, okay? Or 7.8% a year compounded, right? The very low standard deviation, very low max drawdown. It does really really well, right? In terms of risk, but it doesn't do very well in terms of returns. So we're like, well, how can we make it do better then? How can we make this thing still have these very stable returns, but do better than 7.8? So what we decided to do is to use leveraged ETFs. So if you guys have never heard of these, there's ETFs like this, like TQQQ, for example, which is a leveraged NASDAQ. Okay. So basically, what this thing does is it's triple the returns of the NASDAQ on any given day, right? So if the NASDAQ is up or the QQQ is up by 3%, this thing will be up by 3%, triple that by up by 9%. Today was a down market, so it was down something like 11%. So there's a lot of risk involved here. But if you go over a long time period, this thing just does incredibly well, right? So let's take a look at this. So over a 5-year time period, if you had been investing in TQQQ, actually, let's go over a longer time period. Let's go over the maximum, okay? This thing started in 2010, February, okay? If you had invested in 2010, February 12th, when this thing came out, you would be up right now 19,000%. Okay. That means you would have 189 times your money. So let's do the math on that real quick because that's a little ridiculous, right? If you did, let's say you put in $1,000, let's say $10,000 you put into this portfolio, and you go times 18,000%, right? You're going to end up with 1.8 or $1.9 million if you had put $10,000 into TQQQ when it came out in February of 2010. That $10,000 would be worth $1.9 million right now. That's wild. right? That is one hell of a return, right? And if you compare that to just the NASDAQ itself, which also did very well, let's take a look here. You could see that this ETF has just really, really radically outperformed the NASDAQ. Okay. But now the problem is when you're investing in this thing is also very volatile, right? So for example, you see here, the yellow line is the just the regular Nasdaq, which is up almost 1,000% over that time period. This triple leveraged one is up 18,000%, so like 19 times more money, more than 19 times more money. Um, but the thing is, they see these really big drops, right? So here, for example, 2022, you would have seen something like a 75 or 80% drop in your portfolio, which I don't know about you, but that would be very alarming to me. I wouldn't really want to go through that type of thing. So when we combine these two things, right? When we combine Ray Dalio's super safe, diversified, protecting yourself, and you combine it with this sort of leveraged portfolio where TQQQ is doing really well. There's other ones like it. There's also UPRO, which is a leveraged S&P 500. This thing is up, 7,000% over a life of its thing. There's a bunch of other leveraged ETFs that we're able to do. We're able to leverage also gold. We leverage also the bond part of the portfolio. So we basically built this diversified leveraged portfolio. And when we backtest this thing, we got really nice results. Okay. So basically, we got about 29% per year in this portfolio, which means about a 4,000% total return over the life of this thing. So about 40 times your money. So if you had put in that $10,000, you would be worth something like $400,000 right now. So huge, huge gains. But you don't have as severe losses. Your drawdowns are not nearly as bad. It's a lot safer to invest in this diversified portfolio than it is to simply buy that diversified single asset, right? So this is our diversified leverage portfolio. This is one of our oldest algorithms. I've been running this one for some time now. You can actually see here, diversified leverage. This is with real money. I've been running this for about a year and a half. I started this June 21st of 2023 and I'm up about 49% since then. So my initial investment of was it about 3,500 bucks is now worth $5,200. Very nice up into the right graph, making lots of money while still staying diversified and still making making sure that our gains are pretty well diversified. We're not getting these crazy drawdowns like we would if we simply own TQQQ. So this one's been doing really well for me. I've been making very good money with this. I've been very happy with the results so far, right? So, and you can see with our back test, when we go back further, this thing has just been a rock star, performing very, very well. All right. Okay, cool. So that's two of our strategies. So I've showed you our Congress following bot. You could follow different Congress members. You can modify this. This is our diversified leverage bot, which copies Ray Dalio. You could, and again, you could take any of these strategies I'm showing you. You're going to get the full code, and you're going to be able to modify all of them to do exactly what you want them to do. So if you want to modify this one to be even more of a risk taker, you could do that. If you want to modify the Congress follower to follow different Congress members, you can do that. You're going to get the code. You're going to be able to build all these things. So think about all the different possibilities of things they can build out. Right. Okay, so that's two of our strategies, our Congress following and our diversified leverage. Okay, and let me know if you guys have any questions about those. I'm checking our YouTube. If you guys have any questions on our YouTube, if you guys have any questions on our Zoom, feel free to type it in, or if you're on our Zoom, feel free to turn on your microphone. And if you have any questions around anything, please feel free to ask. Okay, cool. Let me show you a few more of our strategies. Okay. So those are two of our strategies. Again, if you sign up for a program, we give you something like 100 different strategies they could choose from. I'm just showing you some of our highlights. Here's another bot. Here's one that I really like, and I'm actually planning to move something like $100,000 into this very shortly. I'm just moving some money around to actually get it into here. But basically, this is a bot that copies something called Alpha Pix, right? Now, who here has ever heard of Seeking Alpha? Raise your hands or let me know. Have you guys heard of Seeking Alpha before? That's this website right here. Yeah. Todd says yes. Yeah, you've heard of them before. We got some people saying yes. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, they're a very popular website, right? Where Seeking Alpha basically has a bunch of things they can read up on investing, right? There's a lot of really interesting articles in here that'll teach you about, um, talk about super microcomputer, talk about the new auto industry giant, all these different things here. There's really good articles in here, really, really smart people constantly posting things about investing and what you could possibly do with this, right? So Seeking Alpha has been around for a while. These guys have been maybe what 10, 20 years now. They've been around for quite some time. So they have a lot of data, right? They have like a crazy amount of data that they're able to plug into an AI and actually build really good strategies with. So that's exactly what they did, right? So they went in and basically created something called Alpha Picks. Okay, so here's our Alpha Picks. Okay, they made basically a portfolio where they are recommending two stocks per month. Okay. So they just recommended one a few days ago. They usually do on the 1st and the 15th of every month. And their stock picks have been doing really well. And the reason why they're doing really well is because they have a ton of data. They have a lot of really good data scientists, and they're able to make really, really good factors and create things that are, you wouldn't have access to this type of data. This is, they have some really, really good picks. So here's how they've performed over the past few years. So they started in July 1st of 2022. Okay. And since then, their stock picks are up 180%, specifically 179% and 179.55% since they started doing this, right? Which compares to S&P 500, which only did about 60%, right? So this did about triple the returns of the stock market over this time period. So over about 2.5 years, they've done triple the returns of the stock market, giving their stock picks. You can actually see here the nice graph in blue. They are just dominating the S&P 500, just doing really, really well. And now I've been subscribed to them for a while, right? I've been getting their stock picks for maybe a year and a half now, almost 2 years. And they've given me some pretty damn incredible picks. So let me show you some of the picks that they've given me. Let me log into one of the investment accounts I manage here, royalbank.com. Okay. I'm going to log into my bank account here or log into a broker here. Right. And then let me go down to this portfolio here. So this is one portfolio I manage has almost $1.2 million in it. Right. So let me show you this portfolio that I manage. All right, continue. Okay, and they have because of Alpha Picks, I've made some pretty damn good picks in here, right? So this is like I said, this is about a $1.8 million that I manage. One of the picks that they gave was Modine Manufacturing. Okay. This is a company that they recommended, I want to say something like a year ago. Okay. And when they recommended this company, I was like, I don't know what the heck these guys do. I did a little bit of research really quickly, and I'm like, you know what? They seem kind of cool. They're like automated manufacturing. They build like, automated trucks. I think they build like electric trucks and stuff like that. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Why not? So I bought some. I put in specifically $26,000 into Modine. And that has since grown in about the past year or so from $26,000 to being worth $152,000. So, in other words, I made $126,000 on this one single pick, 477% in about a year. That is one hell of a pick. That is a really, really good stock pick, right? So that's Modine. That's one thing that they recommended. Another thing that they recommended was this company here called Powell. Right. Again, I was like, I don't know what the heck they do. They recommended it. Sure, I bought it. I put in $15,000 into it. That $15,000 has since turned into 61,000. This was maybe about 8, 9 months ago, something like that. It's up $46,000 or 300% in something like a year, right? One hell of a return. Really, really good stock pick. Another one that they picked, Sprouts Farmers. This was more recent. They recommended this something like 2, 3 months ago. It's already gone from 24,000 to 41,000. So 71% return. I can keep going like this. They've made a lot of really, really good stock picks. So now you can just sign up to them and they'll give you these notifications, and that's awesome. I think you'll do very well doing that. But the problem is, I was signed up to them and I started realizing that they would give us some picks, and I just life gets in the way. You forget to buy stuff. You have to like be ready during the trading session, so you got to actually go in. So if you're working a day job, it's a little hard because you have to like take time off to buy these stocks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just automate this, right? And actually, there's one thing in particular that really prompted me to automate it. They actually recommended a company called SMCI, something like a year or two ago. And I don't know if you guys remember SMCI, but it was actually the best performing stock in the entire stock market that year. It went up something like 1,000% in about a year. Wild. 1 year, 1,000%. So it was the best performer on the entire S&P 500, or in the entire market as far as mid and large cap stocks go, right? So I actually missed that. I missed buying that because this email came up. I got busy. I forgot about it and I didn't end up buying it. And then I looked a year later. I'm like, what the hell? They recommended this. I should have bought it. So I went off and we built this bot that basically what we do is we copy Alpha Picks. They give us a list of all the things that they own. I'm not going to show you because it's their proprietary thing. But if you sign up, we could actually get that bot working for you. Basically, it copies Alpha Picks and we'll just copy their entire portfolio, right? And it could basically get you the exact same returns that they're getting without you lifting a finger, right? You don't have to do anything. You set this bot up, set it, forget it, and it's automatically going to be buying and selling the stuff, automating this portfolio and just investing in everything that they recommend right out of the box with no work from you. It's amazing. This bot is incredible. So we've been running this bot for a little while now. Here's this bot. We started it on August 20th of this year, and so far it's up about 9%. Okay. So it's pretty nice. If you compare it to the stock market, that's definitely a lot better than how the stock market did since August. Stock market's been doing well, but not that well, right? Not 9% since August. That's what? August, September, October, November, right? So about 4 months, okay? About 4 months, 9%. That's a pretty damn nice return, right? Was that 2% a month, 3% a month? But we decided to take it a step further, okay? When you go into Alpha Picks, they actually not only do they give you a list of stocks, but they also qualify them, right? We say this is a hold, or we say this is a buy, or we say this is a strong buy. Okay. So what we made is this first bot basically copies everything, right? And then we made another bot that says, okay, only if they say it's a buy or a strong buy are we going to buy into it. Okay. And this is that bot. So same time period from August 20th. Instead of being up 9%, it's up 18%. It's double the return of the Seeking Alpha bot. So if you think about it here, this is using all of their picks, 180% over a 2 year time period or 2.5 years. Theoretically, we could potentially do double that if we only looked at their buys and their strong buys. This thing is up 18% in 4 months. So what does that work out to? That's what, 4, 5% a month? Doing quite well. Okay. We took it a step further. Okay. What about if we only went after their strong buys? Okay. Here's their strong buy portfolio, which is doing even better, right? Since August 20th, up 23%. Really, really nice return. Again, 4 months. This is doing something like 5, 6% a month. All we're doing, we set the spot up, we set it, we forget it, and it's just running, and it's been making money. It's been making me money. In my personal accounts, I've made some really nice returns off of it, and we see this thing's been running for quite some time, making a really good result. Here's one of my real money accounts. I've actually been investing in this. All right, I'm up 15% since September. So 2 months, 15% already, doing quite well. I made $1,700 trading this bot so far. Right. So really nice returns here. And like I said, I'm going to be moving about another $100,000 into this bot. I'm a big believer in it. I think this thing is freaking amazing. And we're actually even going further with it. So if you join us on our Tuesday night sessions, what we did last night, because today's Wednesday, so yesterday, we do this every single Tuesday. So last night, what we did is we actually even took this bot a step further. And, instead of just buying the stocks, we made something that buys the options, right? So it buys call options on all of these different stocks as well. So it's doing just leverage, doing incredibly well. When we back tested it, let me see if I can find where this thing was. Where is this bot? This is what we got here. Actually, no, wait, this is it right here. So we simulated a back test and we said, well, what if we only invested in the strong buys and we used options with it? What we got is something like 110% over the past year alone using options and investing in this spot. So this is a new bot that we're actually going to be releasing very shortly. And again, if you're part of our program, you'll get access to that bot and you could actually run it yourself, customize it. There's all these little levers that you can pull. You could say, well, how much leverage do you want to take and how often do you want to buy options? And we'll show you how to do all that. And you can actually modify this bot and run this thing exactly the way that you like it. All right. So really, really interesting bot. I'm a huge fan of Seeking Alpha and their alpha picks. I've already made quite a bit of money off of it. And again, like I said, I'm planning to move another 100 grand into this because I think this is going to do extremely well. Right. Okay, cool. So that's three different bots here. So I showed you our Congress following bot that can copy members of Congress. I've showed you our diversified leverage bot, which basically copies Ray Dalio in his kind of thing and uses leverage with it. I've showed you our Alpha Picks bot, which has been doing really well, and we have different versions of it, and we're creating that options version of it, which is I'm very excited to see that thing run. But we have tons of bots. Like I said, we have so many of these things. I'm just showing you a couple of the highlights. Let me show you a couple more. Right? When you join our program, you get access to all the code for all the stuff. So you'll be able to run these bots, customize them, make them work exactly the way that you want to. Right? So here's another bot. Here's an options trading bot. We call this thing EMA spreads. Okay. So it's our options EMA spreads bot. And what this bot in particular does is it will buy spreads on the SPY in this case. And you can actually customize this thing to do different things. In this case, this is trading the SPY. Okay. And it's basically buying bull call spreads. Okay. So for those of you that are familiar with options trading, you'll know what I'm talking about. For those of you that are not, this is kind of what a bull call spread looks like. Okay. Basically, you are investing in a stock. Okay. In this case, the S&P 500, the SPY. And as the stock goes up in value, you're going to make money. And then there's going to be a bit of a cap, right? So we're rolling this thing over. It's buying it and it's holding it for a couple months, right? But then also you have a floor as well. So you're not going to lose a ton of money, right? It's protecting you against any big losses, but then also caps your gains. So you basically end up having kind of this really nice smooth return. But you can also leverage it to get a lot more out of it, right? So basically what this bot does is it buys those bull call spreads on the SPY and will only buy them when certain criteria are met. So for example, we're looking at the VIX, right? If the VIX is below a specific number, which is a volatility index, if you've never heard of that, is looking at are we in a more stable time period right now? Is the VIX low? And are we going to be okay over the next little bit, right? So that's the first thing, right? The next thing it's going to look at is it's going to look at um, are we trending up, right? So it looks at a few of the moving averages and it's checking are we in an uptrending market? So we make sure that we're not in the middle of a bear market, right? And then it's also looking at a few other little criteria and it's making sure is this the right time for us to be buying these bull call spreads? Because we don't want to be buying them in a bull market in a bear market. We don't want to be buying them when volatility is too high. So it's trying to make sure that we're picking the right times to buy this, right? So after doing all that, we ran a back test, and basically it's from June of 2021 up until September of 2024. So that's something like a 3 year time period, three in a few months. This is basically what we got. Okay. It did so flippin' well that on this graph, this is where the S&P 500 is in yellow. It makes it look like the S&P 500 was flat the whole time period. It's crazy. This is how high of a return this thing's getting in blue, right? Just absolutely destroyed the S&P 500. What we got was about an 83% average annual return. Really, really nice results there, or about 622% return over this entire time period. Okay, so that's from June till September, about 600% this thing would have generated. And so really nice results. We've actually been running this thing. Here's running it with real money, right? This is my account. Okay. Paul's posting some stuff here. Since September 18th, I've been invested in this bot. I'm up 51% already. I started with a $4,000 account, so specifically $3,970, and I made $2,027 already so far. Right? So in other words, a 51% over September, October, November, over 3 months, I made 51% trading this bot. So really, really nice results so far. Okay. So that's our EMA spread spot that is specifically using this configuration SPY2. And you can actually modify this thing yourself too. Well, again, you're going to get the code, you're going to be able to modify this thing, be able to try it out. And you can even say, well, what about if we did a different VIX? And what about if we did this? We'll show you exactly how to do that, how to run this bot exactly the way that you want it so you understand what it's doing, and you can understand exactly how to modify it to be exactly the way that you want it to be. Right? So you're going to get not only the code that can run this thing, you can just run it right out of the box if you want to, or you could get it and modify it and actually make it the way that you want it to be. All right. That's our EMA spreads bot. This is for SPY2. And we also have different configurations of it, right? So all of our bots, again, you can customize. Here's a different version of that exact same bot that is not just trading SPY, but it's also trading IWM and GLD. So gold and the Russell 2000. So we basically did this so that we could diversify a little bit more, so that we can have more stable result. And that's exactly what happened here. When we back tested it, we got about 73% per year returns, or an 806% return over the whole lifetime of this back test, with a much lower drawdown. So a lot safer than the SPY version, and higher returns as well. So really, really nice bot. Again, you can customize this thing. You could actually even, if you wanted to, you could actually add in different things into here. Maybe you could trade, I don't know. You could trade a QQQ, right? You can trade your favorite commodities like gold, silver. You could trade all sorts of things. You could take this spot, modify it, so you could trade exactly the stocks that you like. If you want to trade Tesla stock, you can make it do that. If you want to trade Nvidia, you can make it do that. You're going to get the code. You're going to be able to modify this thing to be able to do exactly what you want it to do. Or you could just use it out of the box and run it exactly as is right here. All right. So that's our EMA spread spot, that's available. And all of these, for those of you that are subscribers, I see a couple of you guys here that are subscribers already. If you want to run these bots, you basically go to our GitHub, right, github.com, and I'll show you how to do this in a second. I'm going to show you one more bot, and then we'll walk through exactly how to run these things. Basically, you go to our GitHub. If you're a subscriber, you're going to get access to all of these different bots here, right? So these are all the different bots that are available. This is the Alpha Picks options one. This is the stocks for the Alpha Picks one I was telling you about. We're working on a Solana sniper bot that basically trades Solana meme coins. We have that in there. We have a range breakout bot that's been running for a couple of days now. I wonder how it actually traded. This is a brand new bot that we ran. I'm actually curious. It traded yesterday. Oh, look at that. Off to a good start. It already made about a 0.5% since we started this thing. Pretty recent, but that's a new one that we have in there. Um, we have that options Condor Martingale bot, which I'm going to show you. There's this options rolling EMA spreads. That's the one I was just talking about. There's all these different bots that you get access to. You can run them, you can customize them, you can make them do exactly what you want them to do. And for example, here you go into rolling EMA spreads. You click on that bot. That's the one that you want to run. Scroll down, and then there's this button right here, deploy to render. And that's how you're actually going to run this bot. All right, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a little bit. But first, I'm going to show you one more bot before we jump into that. All right. Okay, cool. So I've shown you a couple bots. Like I said, we have so many of these things. We have 50 to 100 different bots that you choose from. A lot of them with really impressive track records. I've shown you our Congress trading bot. I've shown you our diversified leverage bot, which copies Ray Dalio. I've showed you our Alpha Picks bot, which has been doing really, really well. I showed you our EMA spreads bot that trades option bull call spreads. Now let me show you one more. Here is our Iron Condor trading bot. Okay. So for those of you that are options traders, you'll know what an iron condor is, right? Iron condors are probably the easiest way that I know of to make money in options trading. I actually got to know some really good options traders from going to many different events. I used to live in New York City. Go to a bunch of different events and you meet these really good options traders, and the majority of them, they're all trading these iron condors. And I was like, what the heck are these things? Um, And what we decided to do is like, why don't we build a bot that actually just trades this, right? Because they're actually pretty complicated to trade manually, right? This is kind of what they look like. This is an iron condor. So let me go into here. This is an iron condor bot. Okay. Basically, what it does is it bets on the whatever thing you're buying. In this case, we're buying the S&P 500. We're buying SPY. We're betting on the price not moving that much. Okay. So we'll do this thing. This iron condor bot is currently set up to basically sell these iron condors with a 1 day expiration. So today we'll say sell an iron condor that expires tomorrow. Okay. And as long as the stock does not move too much, we're going to keep that money. So it's this income producing strategy. Every day we're making a little bit more money, a little bit more money, and it's producing income every single day. I've actually met a lot of people that basically will pay their mortgages doing this stuff. This is how they actually produce, after they've retired, produce a lot of income to actually just pay for their everyday things, right? This is a very common strategy that people use, is these iron condors. Because it doesn't notice this, that you can make money. It doesn't matter if the stock market's going up or down. It's not about that. It's about, is it calm, right? Or do we have a calm day, right? As long as it's a calm day, you're going to make a bunch of money. Okay. So basically think about it like this. If the S&P 500 was at $100 a share right now, and we put on this condor for tomorrow, as long as in this case it did not go above 107 or below $93, we have made a profit. Okay. And we're going to keep that profit. And then we do it again the next day. We get some more money. We keep that profit next day. And we just keep doing this every single day. It's an income producing strategy. Okay. As long as the stock doesn't move dramatically. If it moves even further, let's say if it moved up to 110, in that case, we'd lose money, but we have a capped loss. So we're not going to lose this huge amount of money. We're just playing this game every single day. Are we going to make money today, or are we going to lose a little bit? Are we going to make money, or are we going to lose a little bit? Okay. That's basically this game that we're playing. And even when the stock market's going down, we're still making money, right? Even in a down market, even in bear markets, you can make a lot of money doing this. Okay. So let me show you the results that we got. So we've actually built quite a few different versions of this. Okay. We've actually been improving this over the years. This is one of the bots that we've spent probably the most amount of time building. Our version one, we built this thing out. This is actually kind of cool. Let me show you our version one of this bot. Check this out. We've been running this bot since June 24th. It is up 200% since June. Holy crap. What is that? June, July, August, September, October, November. That's 6 months, 200%. That is one hell of a return. Okay. So this thing is doing really damn well. But the first version we made was a little bit risky, right? We saw it blow up a few times. So this thing, can make you a ton of money or it could blow up your account, which to me wasn't good, right? We're like, this is not good enough. So we went back to the drawing board. We kept improving on this thing. And we got another version, right? We made version 4, which this one did 15% since June, right? So 16% since June, but nice, stable up and to the right. It never blew up. It was very stable, this bot. Then we built another one. We built version 8, right? Which improved on that even further. We added in a VIX check, right? Where basically this thing is not only creating iron condors, but it's only creating condors when the VIX is low. And specifically, we're looking at an indicator called the VIX 1 day, right? And this thing you see that was actually flat for quite a while because it's looking for lower versions of the VIX. So it wants the VIX to be quite low. You can see it actually has a very nice win rate. This thing is very successful here. It's 21% since July. Here's another version of it. We made version 9, which is up 6.5% since July. We made version 10, which has been on a tear. This one's up 45% since August 16th. And we've kept making these improvements. And every single time we add on new things, we added in stop losses and we added in VIX checks and we added in different wing sizes. And we were able to test out all these things. If you join us on Tuesdays, you'll see this evolution of this. It's amazing. Every single week we've improved on the spot, improved on the spot, improved on the spot. Okay. So here's one version of it. This is our version 12. Okay. This one, when we back tested it, we got a really nice result. This one was 77% a year, or about 1,300% if you had ran this thing from January 2020 up until August of 2024. Really nice results, 77% a year, 1,300% over that whole time period. So 13 times your money, right? Actually, 13 times more, right? So 14 times your money if you had ran this and got these same results, right? This version 26 is a brand new one that I'm actually very excited about. This is a new version where we basically took all the things that we've learned and put them all together. Version 26, this thing is awesome. You can see very nice, stable up into the right graph. We added in a martingale to this, which basically means that when we lose, we double up and we basically end up having this really nice, smooth graph. We do have this very long doubling up period, and we did a lot of calculations around this. So I'm very confident. I put, I think $6,000 into this recently. This is a new version. We just started with this, right? I'm up about half a percent so far. In paper trading, we're up about half a percent as well. So brand new, but very nice, stable, up and to the right returns. That's exactly what I'm expecting. Just this constant, evolution up and up and up. So really excited about this bot. Like I said, I put about $6,000 into it. I made 28 bucks so far. But really, we just started about a week ago. So I'm very excited to see how this one works out. But yeah, so that's a bunch of our bots. You can see we have tons of these things. We have so many other ones. If you go into our GitHub, if you're a subscriber, we have lots and lots and lots of different bots you can choose from. We have ones that trade Solana meme stocks. We have ones that do range breakouts. We have ones that trade do copy trading like Alpha Picks. We have ones that do swing trading. We have all sorts of different bots here that do butterflies, and we have rolling calls. We have all these different types of bots that you will have access to when you get our plans. You'll be able to take these bots. We teach you how to modify them. We teach you how to run them, and you can take any of these things. You can use them right out of the box, or you can modify them and make them do exactly what you want them to do, and have some really kick-ass bots doing really, really well. Okay, cool. So John asks, what is the cost of the subscription? I'm going to get to that later on. If you want, you can check it out on lumiwealth.com under our plans if you want to jump into that right now. But I'm going to get to that. And again, we also have a special offer for you as well. So you get a discount off of what we have. But you can go here, see plans on lumiwealth.com, and you can see what our plans look like. All right. And again, all of our plans, they include all these different bots. We include learning materials so that you actually know how to modify them and run them yourselves, so that you can actually customize and have these things working exactly the way that you want them to. Okay, but I'll get to that later on, closer to the end of the presentation. For now, do you guys have any questions around anything that we've covered so far before we jump in and actually show you how to run these things? All right, so next step is I'm going to show you how do you actually run these bots yourself. You'll notice that it's actually a very easy process, right? Um, the majority of the work is really just opening up different accounts, but it's really simple to run these things. Whenever I run a bot, it usually takes about 5 minutes to get a new bot up and running. And we're actually working on a website that's going to make it even easier going forward, which hopefully should be launched in about 2 months. And if you're a subscriber, you're going to get all this new stuff. Any of the new stuff that we build, all of our new algorithms, we're constantly making new ones. Literally every single week, we're creating a new algorithm. We're improving on existing ones. So every single week, we're making new ones. And if you're someone who has an idea in their head, you have an algorithm that you want to build, we can actually build that during our Tuesday sessions as well. We're constantly innovating new things, building new things, showing you guys how to create these algorithms. All right. Cool. So let me know if you guys have any other questions before we really jump into the part where we show you how to run these things. Okay, I'm checking here on YouTube and okay, cool. So again, if for any of you guys on Zoom, feel free to turn on your microphone. You could literally just ask us questions through the microphone if you want to do that. Or you could just type out your question. If you guys are listening on YouTube or LinkedIn or anything like that, I will also get your comments here as well. So please don't feel left out. If you guys are on YouTube or on LinkedIn, feel free to post your question. I am reading what you guys are putting out there. So if you have any questions, let me know. Right? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just nursing a bit of a cold here. Is that time of year? Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so let me show you guys how to run these things, okay? You'll see that they're actually very easy to run. Really, it's all about just creating a few different accounts. Once you have your accounts up and running, they're very easy to run. It's basically like you click a button and then you fill in a few fields. That's it. We make it really, really simple for you, okay? So here is step one. Step one is we need to have a broker that we work with, okay? So we work with quite a few different brokers. We work with Alpaca as one of them, and that's the one that I recommend. They're a very good broker. I recommend them specifically because they have commission-free options trading, commission-free stock trading, and they also have crypto trading. They're very good for running bots. They work very well. They're very easy to get an account up and running, and they're international. So even if you're outside the US, I know they work in Singapore and Australia and a bunch of other countries around the world. So Alpaca is a fantastic broker. I'm a big fan of them. This is what they look like. It's www.alpaca.markets. Okay. When you go here, you'll see, first of all, they do have all their accreditations. So if you've never heard of them, they are a member of FINRA and SIPC. So they are a legit broker. They have a lot of money behind them. I think they might be going public sometime soon as well, if I remember correctly. Really, really good company. And they're basically they built a broker that makes it easy to run trading bots. They built their broker specifically for what we're doing. So they're really, really good at that. And they're also starting to now have brokers being built on top of them. They're like this really good tech first broker. Huge fan of them, right? And again, free stock trading, free options trading, and really low fee for crypto trading. Okay. We also work with a bunch of other brokers. We also work with Interactive Brokers. We also work with Tradier. We work with Coinbase. We work with KuCoin, Kraken, Binance, Bitstamp, all these different crypto things. There's Bit everything. We're working on an integration with Schwab as well. So we work with a lot of different brokers. So if you do have a broker, you might be able to stick with the one that you already have, or you might have to switch over to one of these, or just move some of the funds that you want to work with these brokers into one of our partner brokers, right? And we do that because not every single broker allows for API trading. There's only several of them that do it and do it well. So you need to work with one of the brokers that allows for being able to run a trading bot. And again, one of my favorites is Alpaca right here. So we're using them right now. I'm going to show you how to set that up. They're really easy to start an account. And they, again, low or zero commission and just really easy to use and fantastic broker. Okay. So if you have not made an account with them yet, it's really easy to do that. Go to www.alpaca.markets, right? It's not .com, it's .markets, right? They're one of those new age tech companies that are like that. And you should see something like this, right? Talks about what they do and all that. And you'll see a big button here that says sign up for free. So click on that button, right? And then you're going to have to fill out, let me log out here. Log out. Let me show you what that looks like. So alpaca.markets. So you click on sign up for free. So you're going to click on that. Okay, and then basically you're going to fill in your first name, last name, whatever country you're from. Again, they work outside the United States as well. Give them your email and then pick a password and then hit sign up. When you do that, you're going to get an email from them and they're basically going to say, verify your email, right? Once you've done that, and then you're going to want to sign in, and let me sign into one of my accounts. I have quite a few accounts with them. So let me sign into this Alpaca account here. I'm going to go Alpaca demo 22, log in, and then 22. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I'm in this new account here. Okay, so here's one of my demo accounts that were logged in, just so you can see kind of what that looks like. Once you've created an account, you're going to log in. It'll give you the option to create an account, right? So you can create either an individual account or a corporation. We're going to skip over that for now. We're just going to do paper trading for now. But if you want to use real money with this, it's very easy. Just create an account with them. And really, that's about it. We're just going to use different API keys. I'll talk about that in a second, how you can actually switch from paper trading to real money. But that's actually one really good advantage of Alpaca is they allow you to do this paper trading. It's really easy to start that up with them, right? So, yeah, so you can create your account here. We're going to skip over that for now. And I'm just going to go to the top left-hand corner here and click on home. Okay. So you click on home, you'll see here This is an account, right? That is basically just a demo account. Hasn't really been doing much. Um, and basically you can see here, it just owns a bit of UPro and TQQQ, and I've just been using this to show people how to basically set up bots and that sort of thing. Okay. So when you log in, you'll see this account right here. So like this, what you want to do is you want to scroll down a bit until you find the section here that says API keys. And that's basically what we need to get in order to connect our bot to this broker. If you don't know what an API key is, basically an API key is kind of like a password, like a username and password for a piece of software to connect to this, right? So when you go down, you find API keys. For me, it's on the right-hand side. If you have a smaller screen, it might be lower below. Either way, find that section, and then though, if you're the first time there, say generate. For me, it says regenerate. Click on that button, generate new keys, and now you're gonna get a key and a secret. Okay, and now we're gonna leave that alone for now. Once you have this key and secret, just leave that there. Keep this tab open. We're going to come back to this tab later on, and we're going to use this key and secret to actually get our bot to run. Okay, so that's it for now for this broker. Just leave this tab open. We will come back and get this key and secret later on. Okay. Right, so here, here's the slides for that. Go to Alpaca, so it's a little rehash. Go to Alpaca, click sign up, fill in the form, log in, and then click home in the top left-hand corner. And then when you get there, look for your API keys section, and you want to generate new API keys. Right? Okay, and we're going to come back to that later. Right? Any questions around that? Any questions around how to set that account with Alpaca? I feel like that's hopefully pretty straightforward. Okay, cool. All right, so next step. Once you've created that account with Alpaca, that's the broker that we're going to be using. Now we need to set up GitHub. Okay, so GitHub, if you've never heard of them, then you're probably not a software developer. If you are a software developer, you're probably very familiar. But GitHub, basically what it is it's a way of storing software online. Basically, all the biggest companies in the world, they're all using GitHub. Um, I'm going to stay logged in here, but let me show you in an incognito tab what it looks like. If you go to github.com, it looks like this, right? You'll go to github.com. You want to create an account with them. Let me share this link here inside of the chat. You go to github.com and basically sign up. It's free, right? So just make an account with them, and that's going to give you access to all of our algorithms, right? Or it's going to give you access to our trading strategies, right? Which again, I was showing you here. This is our list of all of our different trading strategies. You'll get access to this. If you are a subscriber, it'll give you access to all of our strategies. Like I said, we have in GitHub alone, we have 37 in here. All these different strategies. We actually have more on Google Drives and stuff like that too, if you want to use that. If you are and let me share this link as well to our GitHub strategies. If you are It's basically github.com/LumiWealth-strategies. If you're a subscriber, you're going to get access to all of our paid strategies. If you are someone who just wants to run through this, you don't have to pay us anything to try to run your own bot, to actually get your own bot off the ground. You can just go to stock example algo. We have an example algorithm that you can use to basically test out how all this stuff works and run it that way. All right. Okay, cool. So when you go to GitHub, basically you want to go to our strategy library. This is a link. Our starter plan gives you 5 algorithms. Our pro and all access plans give you all of the algorithms that we have, right? You're going to get all the algorithms we've ever built if you're part of our pro or all access plans, right? And then we also, like I said, we have an example algorithm for free. Okay? And to run these algorithms, what you're going to do is, again, go to this link, github.com/LumiWealth-strategies. You're going to go there. Just looks like this. And then you're going to find the strategy that you want to run. So for example, if you want to run that Alpha Pick spot, you'd click here. If you want to run the Iron Condor bot, you can click this here. It's called Options Condor Martingale. You're going to find the bot that you want to run. In this case, I'm going to click on the example algorithm because actually, you know what? No, we'll get to that later. I'm going to click on an Iron Condor bot, right? And click into here, and basically when you scroll down, you'll see under Getting Started, there's this button that says Deploy to Render. Okay. In here, there's also a lot of other stuff. We kind of describe to you what this strategy does, which is here in the description. We also give you a bunch of back tests. So if you go into a back test folder, you can actually click around and say, okay, version 12, this is what version 12 looks like, the back test, right? Or if we want to run version 26, this is what the back test looks like, right? Describes that. So you can pick which version you want to run, or if you want to modify it, you can even modify it further from here. You have all the code in here so that you can take this bot and make it do whatever the heck you want it to do. You can modify this thing, you can run it exactly the way that you want to run it. You can either run it as what we have right out of the box, or you can just customize it and make it do whatever you want it to do. Right. Either way, scroll down and you're going to find this deploy to render button, and that's where we're going to live in the next little bit. Okay. All right, so that's GitHub. Create an account with them, and then basically you want to go to this algorithm library, find the algorithm that you want to run, and then go down and you're going to click on this deploy to render button. And we're going to talk about render in a second. Okay. But before I do that, any questions so far about anything that we've covered? Any questions around anything? Any of our algorithms? Any of our how do we actually run this thing? Any questions around anything so far? Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about render. So first of all, what the heck is render? You might be asking. Well, render essentially is how we're going to be running our algorithms. Okay, so here's render.com. If you go to render.com, okay. Basically, if you've ever heard of AWS, or if you've ever heard of Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure or DigitalOcean, it's basically like one of those. It allows you to essentially run code in the cloud, so that you can have this code running for you 24/7, right? So you might ask, what the heck is a cloud? If you're not a coder, you might not know, like, what the heck is that? What does that mean in the cloud? Okay. Well, basically, you're going to be running code in a server that is on lockdown somewhere around the United States. I believe these guys have their servers in North Virginia, or sorry, in Virginia. Yeah, North Virginia, I think, is where they have their servers. And basically, it's this giant building, okay? Huge, huge building. If you've ever seen those TV shows, just like if you ever seen TV shows where they're like walking through, there's all these computer servers just for miles and miles and miles. That's basically where your algorithm is going to live. It's going to live in one of these big, giant server farms. Okay, and you might ask, why the heck do you want to do that? Okay. Well, if you wanted to, you can run these algorithms on your computer, and you're more than welcome to do that. We teach you how to do that as well. We give a lot of learning resources with what we do. So if you want to run on your computer, you could do that. However, if you run an algorithm on your computer, what if your power goes out, right? What if you have a laptop and you want to close your laptop, right? What if your internet goes out, right? There's all these different things that can happen when you're running an algorithm on your computer. Whereas if you run it in the cloud, you run it in one of these servers in North Virginia, they have backup generators. They have backup internet access. They have armed guards walking around. They have super fast servers. They have a really easy way to get this stuff up and running. Basically, they make this stuff super simple for you and very stable and very resilient to all sorts of things. So instead of you running it on a computer, maybe the power goes out, whatever, we're going to be running it on render, and they're going to handle all the stuff for us. It's funny actually. Some of these server farms, they're so sophisticated that if there was a nuclear war around the world, I bet you these server farms are going to be one of the few things that actually survive. Microsoft actually has a server farm underneath the Pacific Ocean. So literally, if there's a nuclear holocaust, probably one of the safest places on Earth to be is in one of these server farms. It's crazy. Armed guards, backup generators, everything, right? Okay, so that's why we're going to be using render. And basically, we're going to let render run our code for us, and they're going to be handling our algorithm. They're going to make sure it's safe, that nothing bad happens to it, that the internet is reliable, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so to do that, right, we're going to have to make an account with them. And they do cost money. These guys cost $7 a month to deploy your algorithm. So there is a cost involved because they are going to be housing your algorithm for you. If you want to run on your computer, you can do that as well. You don't have to pay that $7. But again, I do think it's very much worth it, that $7 a month to have that peace, safety, security, right? And ease of use. Okay. So let's talk about how we actually do this. So again, we're going to be back into one of our algorithms. Here's that. Let's just go into, I'm going to follow along with our example algo, right? So again, if you go to our GitHub LumiWell strategies, I shared that link with you guys. You click on that and then you click on stock example algo. Just go into there. And when you scroll down, you will see this button deploy to render. Okay. When you see that button, you're going to click on it. In this case, I'm going to open up in a new tab. Right? You'll see it load up something like this. Okay. Here's render. Okay. If you have an account with them, you could simply log in. If you do not have an account with them, then you can click on sign up and go through the whole sign up flow. Now, I already have an account with them, so I'm not going to go through that, but I have some slides to show you. So here's, you click on deploy to render, you'll see a sign up page, you'll click on sign up, and then you're going to verify your email. They're going to send you an email. You're going to verify that that's your email address. Then you're going to fill in a little bit about yourself. It doesn't really matter what you fill in here. They just kind of want to know who's on their servers. So give me your name, whatever. This is how I filled it out. Very simple. And then they're going to want payment from you, right? Because again, you're going to be running this server. So it is $7 a month. So you're going to have to put down a credit card to run this thing. Okay? So you're going to fill that in. Once you've done that, and then you're going to connect your GitHub. There's going to be a button like this that says connect GitHub. And then you're going to log into your GitHub and basically give them access, right? So you log into GitHub, authorize render, right? And then click on your name and then give them access and save. Okay. So really quite simple, but they make it really easy. Just click on buttons and just fill in forms. So really, really simple to get through that whole process of creating this thing with render. Okay. Once you've done all that, you're going to be at the same spot as me. So here I'm going to log in and you'll see what this looks like. Okay. So I'm going to log into render. Okay, and then my 2FA code. Okay, so once you click on that button, once you're all logged in, you click on that deploy to render button, you're going to see a page like this. Okay? And you really don't need to fill in that much. This is actually a very simple page. Leave pretty much everything exactly the same. All you have to do is give it a name. Okay. Usually what I'll do is I'll name it the same thing here. Stock example algo. I'll just copy and paste that here. That's the name of this new blueprint that I'm going to run. Okay. Really simple. Just give it a name. That's it. And then hit deploy blueprint. Right. There you go. And again, $7 a month. You can see that here. It's all very transparent and easy to use. All right. Once you've clicked on deploy, you're going to give this thing a second, and you'll see that in the middle here it says creating background worker stock example algo. Okay. We want to click into that. Okay. A lot of people will miss this, right? Make sure you pay attention to this part. You click on the background worker that you want to run because we're going to modify this thing to basically connect to our broker. Okay. We're going to make that really easy for you. Okay. So click on stock example algo right here. Click on that or whatever algorithm you chose to run. If you chose to run a different algorithm, if you want to run our Iron Condors, you want to run our Alpha Picks, all the same process, just click on the name of that bot and it'll take you to a page that looks like this. Okay. Where on the left-hand side, you'll have all these different options. We're going to go under manage. We're going to go to environment. Okay. So we're going to click on that there. Okay. And now basically all we need to do is fill in these, what we call environment variables. Okay. So to do that, we're going to click edit. And then you'll see when we click on these, there's going to be a few empty spots, right? Basically, we need to fill in this Alpaca API key. We have to give it a value. Alpaca API secret, we also have to give that a value. Live config, we have to give that a value. And that's it. And if we're in here, this is for paper trading. This is set to true for paper trading. If you want real money, if you want this thing to trade real money for you, just type in false. Okay. So very, very simple to switch from paper trading to real money. Really, really easy to make that switch. Okay. And you might already know what to fill in here. Like if you've been paying attention, this is actually pretty easy. Who thinks they know what to fill in here? What do you guys think we need to put into these values here? I see a thumbs up. All right, well, if you've been paying attention, you'll see that all we need to do is pull in these API keys from Alpaca, right? We um, we have that account with Alpaca. Let me log in again, because for some reason it logged me out. So log in Alpaca here. Demo, okay, there we go. Okay, and remember down here we had our API keys. We're just gonna generate those API keys, and which we did in the previous step. We're just gonna copy over this key here. So double click it, copy, and we're gonna bring this into render and paste in here. Right, there we go. So we copied over, what happened here? Okay, we copied over the key, the API key, right? So Alpaca API key and its actual key from Alpaca. And then we're gonna go get the secret. So we're gonna double click that secret, copy, and we're gonna paste that into our API secret there, right? Okay, so we filled in almost everything already. That's quite simple, right? Simply just copying over the keys. Really, really easy. Only last thing to do is we now need to fill in live config. So you might ask, what the heck is live config? Well, it allows us to customize this bot. Okay. So if we go into this bot, for example, the stock example algo, you'll notice when we go under back tests that there's a few different configurations here. There's the TQQQ underscore U Pro. There's TQQQ underscore SPY, right? There's different versions of this bot, right? Different configurations of it they can run, okay? So you can actually click into these and you can click into the backtest and say, is this the one I want to run, right? So here's that example algorithm, right? This one's been doing 31% a year, or in other words, 1,800% since 2014. So 10 years, 1,800%. I'd say that's a pretty nice result. So let's say, let's say if you want to run this one, if you want to run this one, you're going to just take the name of this PDF file, which is right here, just right before PDFs. TQQQ underscore U Pro. You're going to copy that name and you're going to put that into your live config here, right? Or if you want to run one of our other algorithms, right? If you're running our Iron Condor, you do the same thing. You go into back tests, you look at the back tests, you'll see which one you want to run. Then you pick the name of it and you type that into this live config right here. Okay, and that's it. You're done. Once you have this filled in, all you have to do is hit save down here at the bottom, hit save, and then we're going to what we call redeploy the spot. So we're going to rerun it because now we've given all this new information. We're going to go up here, manual deploy, deploy latest commit. So it's going to rerun it with all these new changes, right? So now it's actually going to be connected to the broker and it's actually going to be able to place those trades. And that's it. Really simple, right? So again, quick recap. You'll go into your strategies folder, your strategies GitHub, find the strategy that you want to run. In this case, let's say you want to run this example. I'll go down, click on deploy to render, click on a few things there and just fill in those blanks and then redeploy. That's it. Really simple, something like 4 or 5 steps. Once you've done it once, it becomes very easy. You can run a bunch of different bots. As you can see, I've been running like something like 100 different bots. So I have lots and lots of bots running. They're very easy to get up and running with Render. And once you've hit that redeploy, you'll basically watch it. It says here building. You're just going to wait for it to finish building. Once it's done, it's going to turn green with a check mark next to it saying live, and you're good to go. And this thing is actually going to be running for you. All right. So really quite simple. Okay. So again, here are the slides. Click on deploy blueprint, fill in your environment variables, click save, right? Deploy the latest commit, and then wait for this thing to turn green, right? And then once you have done that, you'll see that actually we'll be placing trades inside of Alpaca. This is kind of what it looks like. The stock market's closed right now, so you won't be able to see that right now. But you'll be able to see that by tomorrow, it actually placed these trades and bought, depending on what bot you run. In this case, it would buy UPRO and TQQQ in your portfolio. But depending on what bot you ran, you can see different things there. All right. Okay. So I'm going to let this thing run. You'll see basically what it looks like once it's finished. But in the meantime, while this is running, do you guys have any questions? I'll give you guys a little bit of time to do that, to write up some questions. Because next step, I'm going to show you guys some details about our plans, and we're going to talk about all different ways that you guys can get involved. Okay, cool. So you see, guys, this thing's running here. Basically, you'll see a bunch of these different logs. And again, once it's done, it's going to turn green, say live, and have a nice little check mark. All right. Okay, cool. So that thing's running. Let's talk about the next steps, right? So what are the next steps? Where do you want to go from here? Where do we take you from here? Okay. So first off, you can check out our strategy library. If you are a subscriber, go out, check out the strategy library. We have lots and lots of different algorithms in there. You can see all the different things that are available. You can also go through a bunch of our different courses to see kind of how all this stuff works. And if you want to learn how to modify it and all that, we can set that up. We also have, you could get on a call with one of our staff that can basically walk you through how to set these things up as well. All right. If you are not a subscriber, here's how you could take the next step. So first of all, imagine scaling beyond one setup to dozens of proven algorithms. You can run dozens of these things. It's not just one algorithm like what we had right now. You can run dozens of different algorithms, ones that have proven results that have been doing really well, or you can even take the ones and modify them and learn how to create your own as well, right? You're going to get access to a community that is actively developing new strategies every single week. Literally every single week, we're making a new strategy. We're improving on existing strategies. We're constantly improving this and making this a lot better every single time around. So every Tuesday, like for example, yesterday we built out our Alpha Pix bot that trades options, right? That's what we built last night. We also started working on a pivot point trading bot, right? That trades QQQ futures using pivot points. We started working on that last night. Before that, we were making a Solana sniper bot that trades Solana meme coins, right? So we're every week we're making a new bot. We're constantly improving and adding more and more to the strategy library. So if you're part of our program, you not only get all the bots we talked about today, but you're going to be part of that community, and we're going to be constantly creating new bots. You're going to be part of that process. You're going to be able to actually, if you have a bot in mind, if you have a strategy in mind, we can build your strategy 1 week as well, right? It's really cool being part of that strategy. Again, we have people from MIT, from Goldman Sachs, from Google, all these different people that are part of our Tuesday sessions that are just, we're making some really, really cool stuff. And then you can also choose from 3 different plans. We have our starter plan, we have our pro plan, and we have our all access plan. And they're all tailored depending on specifically what you want to get out of this program, right? So let me talk about some of our different plans here, okay? So here's our starter plan, okay? So our starter plan basically gives you access to our strategy library, right? Which is this thing that I showed you here, right? And you're going to get about 5 algorithms in this strategy library. You're going to get, let's see here, where are the ones we used to have them marked starter plan, but basically in the starter plan, you're going to get our options condor martingale. You're going to get our diversified leverage bot, and you're going to get a couple crypto bots along with that starter plan, right? So 5 ready to use algorithms. You could just click that button, launch them. They're very easy to get up and running. You're also going to get access to our weekly algo building sessions. I keep talking about this. It's amazing. I've never seen anywhere else on the entire internet coming up with more incredible strategies every single week. Imagine every week working with people from Goldman Sachs, from MIT, from Google, all these different people, active traders making tons of money. We're constantly making new bots every single week. It's a very good way to learn about new different trading strategies and different things they could do. But you could also request new features during that time. You can see how new bots get created live. You could have one of your bots get created if you have a strategy in mind. These Tuesday classes are killer, and you're going to get access to that. You're also going to get access to educational resources. You're going to learn how to turn into a savvy algo user. You're going to learn how to build your own trading algorithms, and you're going to be able to do that through our algorithmic trading course, which will show you how to build your own trading algorithms. We have an entire course just dedicated to that. We've been doing this for 5 years now. So we have a really polished, really good course for you guys to join. And then also our Python for Finance course that'll show you how to basically use Python to analyze financial data and do all sorts of really cool stuff with it. Okay. This is our link for our starter plan. There it is right there. If you guys want to check it out, you can click on that and go through it. I'll take you through that link in a little bit, right? Once I finish talking about our different plans. Yeah. So that's a starter plan. Then we have our pro plan, which basically has everything from the starter plan. So everything I just mentioned, right? So in other words, the strategy library, you're gonna be part of our live algo building sessions every Tuesday, and then you're gonna get some educational resources to teach you how to build your own algorithms and that sort of thing. Uh, but with the Pro plan, you're also going to get our full library of over 50 different algorithms. You get tons of different algorithms. These are ones that are for options, for crypto, for futures, and for stocks. They have the one-click run, very easy to get up and running, and you're going to be able to modify these things and make them work exactly the way that you want them to work. If you like our algorithms right out of the box, you just run them, or if you want, you can modify them. We teach you how to do that, so you can actually have your own custom bots running exactly the way that you want them to run. Right? And then also you're going to get constant new strategies. We're constantly creating brand new ones. Like I said, we're working on now a meme coin trading bot. We're working on a futures trading bot. We have a bunch of things that we're building out. So constantly we're making all these new strategies nonstop. This is ideal for serious traders who want to top tier tools and variety. This is going to give you a huge leg up in your trading. If you're someone who likes trading, who has been making some money, or maybe you haven't been making money, we can show you how to use our strategies and start making consistent results using our different algorithms out of the box, or how to modify them to actually get them to do exactly what you want to do. Right? If you want to use our pro plan, you want to check it out, it's lumiwealth.com/pro plan, and I'll take you guys through those pages in just a little bit. Okay, so that's our pro plan. So we talked about a starter plan, we talked about our pro plan. Then we have our all access, excuse me, we have our all access plan, which gives you everything from our starter plan and our pro plan. And on top of that, you're also going to get all of our advanced courses. We have courses on algorithmic trading, on options for algo trading. We have our AI for trading course. We have our crypto trading course. We have our blockchain development course. We have some really advanced courses that teach you how to build your own trading algorithms and make these things really perform very well. You're also going to get one-on-one support and custom strategy development. So if you want us to actually go in and write some code for you or build a custom bot for you, this is that all access plan, and that's going to give you that ability. So if you have something in mind, we can actually build out that bot for you and create it for you in private. So you have this bot, and you can run it and do whatever you want to do with it. And then we also have the white glove service. This is made for elite traders who want to fully tailored solutions. We can make this thing exactly the way that you want it. In the past, we've actually had a lot of hedge funds buy our all access plan, and we've been able to build some custom solutions for them because they want to trade like a specific type of thing, and you want to trade this instrument or that one, and you want to have this specific strategy. We can do all of that for you with our white glove service in the all access plan. All right. And then here is the link for the all access plan. Okay. And then if you want to see, I'm sure you have the question of how much these things cost and all that. You can see that on lumiwealth.com. Let me show you that. You'll go to lumiwealth.com, LUMIWEALTH. You're going to click on see plans. You're going to scroll down to the bottom, and here are our different plans. So again, our starter plan, this one starts at 1,998. That's our sign up fee, and then it's $99 per month after that. Again, you're going to get our trading signals with that. You're going to get setup and installation. We're going to help you get all set up and all that. You're going to be able to participate in our live algo building sessions to be able to build these new algorithms every single week, right? You're going to get access to workshops. We do lots of workshops to help you get set up and do different things. Then you get access to our algo trading course, our Python for Finance course. you're going to get community access, and you're going to get 5 algorithms that have some pretty damn impressive backtests. Yeah. So if you want that one, you're going to click, you're going to click on learn more right there. And you'll go through. This is a starter plan. We have a lot of detailed information about how all this works. So you can scroll down, read about the whole plan and what it does and everything you get with it. And when you're ready to buy, you can just click on add to cart, and that will add this to your cart, and you'll be able to actually um, get purchase this thing and get started. We can get started with you pretty much immediately. Like, I mean, you could take everything that you learned today and just take these bots and just get started. You know, you can have your first bot up and running by tonight very easily. Right, so it's a star plan. Our pro plan is $39.98 as a sign-up fee, and then $200 a month afterwards, $199 a month afterwards. This is by far, this is by far our most popular plan. This thing comes with basically everything that came in starter, but then also you get our live algo building sessions, you get all the code, and most importantly, you get access to these 50 different algorithms that we have. We have lots of code that you can use. You can run these algorithms, like I said, out of the box, which have really impressive results right out of the box, or you could take them and modify them to get them to do whatever the heck you want to do. It's your code. You could use it to do whatever you want, right? That's our pro plan. Again, our most popular plan, and you get a lot of stuff with this. Actually, in the future, what we're planning on doing is adding even more features to this. So if you sign up to Pro Plan, you're going to get these features in the future. We're going to be running live courses on actually how to run your own how to build your own algorithms as well. We're going to start that back up again. So if you're part of our Pro Plan, you're going to get access to some really killer stuff, amazing algorithms, constantly making new algorithms. You're going to get some really, really good stuff with this. Right. That's the pro plan. Again, to purchase that, click on learn more, and then you can learn more about it there. And then there's an add to cart button. Right. And then there's our all access plan, which is 9,998, so almost $10,000 as a sign up fee, and then $400 a month after that. And with that, you're going to get everything from starter plan, everything from pro plan. You're going to get access to all of the courses that we have. We have all these very interesting courses on how to build options trading bots and crypto bots and blockchain, all that kind of stuff. You're going to get all those courses. You're going to get white glove installation and done for you service. We're going to be able to do a lot of things for you. We're going to be able to build out coding bots for you. We say 2 hours of custom development. We actually do a lot more than that now. So if you want to have a specific bot built out for you, we can build out a bot for you and actually create a customized bot, customize this code for you to get it to do whatever you want. Again, in the past, we've had hedge funds actually use this. We've built out custom bots for them. If you have something in mind, we can build that using this all access plan, right? And then if you want to do that, again, you're going to click on learn more, and then you can learn more about the specific plan. There's all these details here. You can scroll down and we say, you know, all the different things that we have. There's the done for you. There's what is a building session. We explain all these different things. You can learn about all that different stuff there, right? And then here, when you're ready to purchase, you can just click on add to cart. And again, it's going to take you to this page right here where you can basically click on proceed to checkout, and you can check out and purchase these courses, right? Or these whole plans. Yeah. Now, I did promise you at the beginning that we do actually have a discount for you as well. So since you guys stuck around to the end, I'm going to give you guys a discount coupon code. Here's an exclusive offer. It's basically valid until midnight. So if you want to save 25% off the sign-up fee for any of our plans, that means you're going to save on our starter plan, you're going to save 500 bucks. On our pro plan, you're going to save $1,000. On our all access plan, you're going to save $2,500. You're going to save tons of money with this coupon code. Basically, take this coupon code here, QMC3JMJS, right? I'm going to paste that out here inside the chat. And when you go to purchase, basically fill this coupon code in here, click apply coupon, and you'll see that you get yourself a really nice discount. Right, this is right, for some reason this coupon code is not working for me, but I'll fix this as soon as I get off this call here. For some reason, our coupon code. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. Coupon code. You see here, save 500 bucks. and you're going to click on proceed to checkout, and you'll be able to fill in your credit card information and all that there. All right. So again, this offer is only valid until midnight. So as I've instructed my team, as soon as midnight Eastern time rolls around, which is about 6 hours from now, this coupon code is going to go dead. So if you sign up before then, you're going to save yourself 25% off any of our plans there, right? And if you're serious about trading, this is now the best deal that you're going to get. It's a really good offer, saving quite a bit of money through all this stuff, right? Okay. So if you're ready to transform, don't settle for the grind. Automate and scale your different strategies. You can join hundreds of thriving investors with our strategies and community. And you can click the link, pick your plan, and step up into a new era of trading. Right. So if you guys are ready to transform and build out some of these amazing strategies, get these things running for yourself, this is your opportunity. Right. Cool. Awesome. Any questions, guys? I know you guys have been asking questions throughout, which has been great. But now, if you have any questions, feel free to type them out. If you're on Zoom, feel free to turn on your microphone. You can ask any questions that way as well. Let me know. What do you guys have questions about? Do you want to learn a little bit more about our different algorithms? Do you need some help deploying? I know I see a couple of you guys here that are already subscribers. So if you need some help with actually launching, if you came here to basically learn how to launch this algorithm, I can help you out with that as well. That's why we do live sessions so that you guys can get the benefit from that. Right. So I'll give you guys some time to type out your questions. Also, if you have any questions afterwards, you can always go to lumiwealth.com. We do have a chat in the bottom right-hand corner down here. This little chat down here, you can always ask a question. Right, just click on that chat. You can start a chat with us and ask any questions that you have there as well. Or you could also go to under more, book a demo, and you can have us basically walk through a demo with you, show you how all this stuff works. Let me share this link with you guys here as well if you want to book a demo. Or if you're already a subscriber, if you book a demo, this is not only for people that are new, but if you're a subscriber, you can actually book a demo and we can actually even get you all set up as well. So if you want someone to take you through this, hold your hand through it one by one, in like a one-on-one conversation, you could do that through this book a demo as well. And basically, you just pick a time and you can get on a call with one of our staff that can help you either explain to you how all this stuff works, walk you through some of our algorithms. If you have any specific questions, we can go through all that. Or if you're already a subscriber, we can actually just get this thing set up for you, right? Either way, you can book that demo call for either one of those situations. Okay. So, any questions, guys? You guys have been a great audience, by the way. It's been a pleasure with you guys so far. Right. If you guys have any questions on YouTube, if you have any questions on Zoom, if you have any questions on LinkedIn, feel free to type those questions in, and I can answer them either through text, or if you turn on your microphone, we can do that way as well. Right. Okay, cool. All right. Todd says, thank you, need to drop. No problem, Todd. All right, guys. So like I said, we're gonna have this recording up if you want to review everything. We are on YouTube. Check us out, youtube.com/LumiWealth, and you can actually see the recording here. So if you want to rewatch the recording or share this with anyone, you can do that there. If you have any questions, you can message us through our website, or you can book a demo with us. Either way, I hope you guys have a great night. It's been a pleasure hanging out with all of you. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays, whatever else you guys celebrate. Happy Kwanzaa. I know it's also Hanukkah right now, or it's going to be Hanukkah on the 25th as well. So happy Hanukkah, those of you celebrating. Hope you guys all have a great holiday season. And if you do sign up, I will see you guys shortly in our classes. And I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you very much.